Welcome back, ladies, gents, femmes, and thems. My name is Catsea, and I'm back for another week of talking about whether I think a show or a movie is worth a subscription, or at the very least, a free trial for platforms such as Hulu, Netflix, Paramount Plus, and the like. If you want to know my opinion on something new coming out, be sure to let me know in the comments below. This week, we are talking about Venom, Let There Be Carnage, which is on Starz. If you have Xfinity, you may have the Movie-thon week of Starz free, like I did, but stay tuned to hear if it's worth a watch and if you don't have the option available. Venom, Let There Be Carnage is a morally neutral hero story about Eddie Brock and Venom, a bonded pair where Eddie is a human who in the first movie became bonded with Venom, who's a symbiotic sludge alien from space, who is able to become a supersuit of sorts with his human companion. With a toothy grin and a long winding tongue and a spicy attitude, with the majority of his conversation being said in yelling, you really get to know these two as quite the pair. You start off seeing the main villain in the movie in his youth, his girlfriend torn away from her room and where they are and separated permanently. In present time, said man is exposed as a serial killer, and Eddie somewhat befriends this man, and with Venom's help is able to solve mysteries surrounding the murders that he had done, leading to the rest of the events of the movie. The primary villain, Carnage, is introduced shortly after, and with this movie you get a balance between something bad this way comes and the gays are quarreling again, you better do something. Which leads me to my favorite part about this movie, the dynamic between Eddie, the man with a strong moral compass, and Venom, who is incredibly hungry and bored, creates incredible friction and a battle of the wills time and time again throughout the show. Venom wants to flex and be the hero that people need while sating his hunger, feeding on the baddies, and Eddie just wants to live his life in complete peace. Finding the balance is a struggle for them, and they are uniquely bonded to where Venom cannot go anywhere else to other hosts. The dynamic is honestly so amazing for me, and I was totally glued to my seat because it's everything I ever wanted in a movie. It's witty, original, the dynamic is very much queerly beloved. I know that they both care deeply about Anne, who is Eddie's ex, but they have a bond that transcends friendship. The way that they take care of one another and the tender way they have heart-to-heart conversations, the vibes of their arguments, it's just so authentic. There is even a scene where Venom says, "I'm out of the Eddie closet." And Venom has this entire monologue that just totally feels like it's feeding into the vibe that they're dearly beloved. The overall story was fantastic, with several subplots that filled the world and attention to detail that left me feeling like I was really seeing lives pan out more and less like it was scripted. There were funny quips, cliche phrases that left me feeling incredibly satisfied with the show, and it held my attention the entire time. But my final thoughts on this show is that as a queer person, I felt like this was the representation for myself without feeling like I was being laughed at. I loved the humor and the relatability with Venom and what he was going through, wanting to be his authentic self. But let's be honest, Venom, you can't just be eating heads of people. It's just not very acceptable. But it was super well paced, and for an action superhero movie, it was the perfect length. It didn't try and make itself longer than it needed to be, and it had incredibly believable characters. For me, this movie was actually 11 out of 10. Yep, 11 out of 10. If I had known it was on Starz, I would have gotten myself a free trial for this movie. As for other movies, to decide if it's worth a subscription, currently I don't have enough movies from Starz that I have done a review on, this being the first, so I'm not sure if it's worth a subscription, But if you have anything like Xfinity, they tend to have free trials without having to use up a trial, such as this weekend. So if you want to catch this movie and you don't want to take the time to do a free trial, definitely try and catch it now, or keep an eye on if it's included in any internet bundles in the future. But today's art is a Vtuber that I actually just completed. If you're looking for a Vtuber parent, consider reaching out to me on Twitter or on Discord. I am very capable of doing human, feminine, masculine characters, furries, monsters, and other types of pals who can be then animated. Thank you so much for letting me bring you to life. And finally, thank you everyone for the Twitch subscriptions, following me here on YouTube, our 3 Patreon subscribers who have early access to these videos, as well as thank you so much for everybody who's gotten us Ko-fis, directly commissioned art from me. You all make this possible. I appreciate the support, and I couldn't do it without you. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. Like and comment what show you'd like to see me review next. Stay happy, healthy, and hydrated. We'll see you next time. Bye!